welcome back to my channel. Today, we're doing a real quick speed through of an interior design I made of a house called Heaven Sent McMansion. I did not design this house, I just designed the interior. It's originally by Exo Saturn Aliyah. I am really sorry if I am saying your username wrong. I was up really late the one night and I was just looking at things on the gallery and this house shell popped up and I thought it was really cute and I messaged the creator and asked them if they'd be okay with me designing the interior for my YouTube channel, and they said yes, they'd love to see what I came up with. So here we are. I'm currently designing it, and I really, really am happy with what came out, like how this came out. Now, it did get really expensive. It's over 100K. I want to say it was like 140K. I'd have to double check, and unfortunately, I forgot to do that before I started the video here. But it's quite pricey, but I did use a lot more higher end items, and I used a lot of items in general. And honestly, I really love like how this living room came out. My favorite section is by the fireplace, like the coffee table and all the little statues I did. Now, you're going to want to use move objects on in order to make sure everything places properly, because I use that a lot in here, and I know a lot of sim builders do. So just please make sure that you enable move objects on before you end up placing this, or else things may not be placed properly. What I'm doing here, you see how I'm moving some of these statues that are not technically supposed to be on the fireplace? If you hit the 9 key, you're actually able to move objects up, and if you hit the 0, you'll be able to move objects down. And it's a really cool tip, and I absolutely love using it. And I think I might have went a little overboard using it, but I was having a lot of fun with it. The creator did all the wallpaper and the flooring and stuff, and I didn't want to mess with that at all. I wanted to keep it with its original feel because I just wanted to do an interior design. I didn't want to change any of the walls. At one point, I did delete a wall, but then I went and put it back because I was like, no, I'm going to try to keep this as true to the original as possible. So the walls were like blues and whites and like dark gray, I think was the floor. That's what it looks like here anyways to me. I may not be able to see this too well. So I wanted to keep that color scheme going throughout the entire house. And it was just really fun because I got a chance to use a lot of different items that I typically don't use in my builds, or like even on my game planes. Like, yes, I've designed the interiors of houses that other people have made before, but that's been purely for my sim play when I'm a little on the lazy side of wanting to build a house. So it was fun actually doing this. This house is technically listed as a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. One of the bedrooms I'm using as an office. One of the bedrooms is like all the way upstairs. It's the toddler's room. It's now thinking about it, probably not the safest considering we used one of the new ladders. And I don't think a toddler should be around a ladder, but the rooms, like the toddler room is pretty small and the office are pretty small, so I didn't really have a lot of room to go with. If I had a little bit more room, I probably would have built like a fence and then like put like a little door to like simulate a baby gate. Fortunately, I didn't really have a lot of the room for that. But right here, you see me placing like a ton of trophies. I didn't originally intend on throwing as many trophies in this build as I did. it just happened. I just saw a couple of them like, oh, these will look really good here on the fireplace, and oh, this will look really nice like on this bookshelf here because it has all those empty spaces. And unfortunately, the ones that are on the top of the bookshelf, because of me using that 9 key, because all of them weren't technically supposed to be there, I ended up having to delete all of those because when I went up to the second layer, they were floating on the second layer. Like, that's not gonna work. It doesn't look good. um, I did use pretty much like a bunch. I tried to use like the same theme of like paintings and stuff like that in here for the most part. If you saw in the bathroom, or not the bathroom, the kitchen, I actually used the tragic clown painting. So it's honestly an object I often forget about, but for some reason I felt like I should put it in this build. So have your Sims view it if you use this build. I won't spoil it just in case you don't know about it, but you get some interesting effects with it. Honestly, I'm not very happy with how I made the bathrooms. Like I think they're good for the space that I had, but unfortunately, I really didn't get a chance to fit a lot of stuff in that I wanted to because they are smaller bathrooms. Like the downstairs one just has a sink and a toilet. The upstairs one is the one that has the tub in it. And it unfortunately wasn't where I wanted it to be, but I made use of the space I had. Like technically I'm used to small bathrooms as far as in real life. My bathroom is basically the size of a closet. And that's how it was in my old apartment too. Like the place I live in now is a half double house and it's really nice, but it's kind of like the bathroom was an oversight at my home. I will say my new place, well actually I've been here like 3 years, but the place I live in now is a lot better than my old apartment. My first apartment, the bathroom and the kitchen were both the same size. They were both crazy tiny. It was basically closet spaces. And my kitchen also had the doorway to the basement. So it was extremely hard to fit anything in that kitchen because you had to make sure that you didn't block off the door, or else I couldn't get in my basement to do my laundry. And I also needed enough room so I could actually fit the laundry basket through. It wasn't fun. I love this place a lot more, and I guess I shouldn't complain so much. All right, so I wanted to say, you see how I was messing around with the carpet there? Originally, I was gonna like do a several across, but like it was clipping weird and it kind of bugged me. And I guess I could be a little OCD on details like that, and it really really bugged me. So I ended up changing it so it was like a giant carpet and it looks really cool. I Like I said, I didn't want to change any of the flooring, so this was a way for me to get away with technically changing the flooring without breaking my rule of changing the flooring. And just in case you don't know, you can actually enlarge or make objects tinier by hitting the little bracket keys. I don't know the name of them right offhand. They're right by the P on your keyboard. Uh, the one on the left ends up making things bigger, the one on the right makes things tinier. I don't personally have to, but sometimes you have to hit shift and then the key for it to work. I've always been able to have the key work by just hitting the key itself. You see here, I'm making a ton of trophies. Honestly, besides downstairs by the fireplace, this is my second favorite area. I just loved the tiny details, and I was actually able to use these Sims lights that you get. It's technically from The Sims 3. It's like different trophies based off of what expansion packs you had. I'm pretty sure you had to have your expansion packs registered to your Origin account in order to have these statues. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's how I got mine. The Into the Future ones honestly looked really cool, and honestly, I didn't really care for Into the Future as far as the Sims game pack goes. I didn't get a lot of time to play with it though, because shortly after that came out is when I started playing The Sims 4, and I do still have the games. I don't have them installed on my current computer right now, just because I don't have a lot of memory space on this computer. This computer only has 4 gigs of RAM, so I'm a little limited on what I can do. I do plan on getting a better gaming laptop in the future, but right now, with everything going on, I'm saving every penny I can. And it's not a big deal. I can still play my game fine. I can still record my videos okay. Everything's fine on it. It's just sometimes I have a little bit of lag. Like in my actual game, I have to use laptop mode. And I definitely want to change that in the future because I don't really care for using the laptop mode much. Right here, I made like a little yoga area and I put the little incense down. I just more did it for how it looks. I would suggest probably not burning them all at the same time, so you might start a fire on your house. Um, those incense burners just seem to constantly catch on fire. Um, Also, here I did change a little bit of the fencing. That was like really the only time that I moved anything that the creator had done as far as wall placement. And that's just because I wanted to give them a little bit of bigger backyard. I made this lot on a 30 by 20, and I believe the original creator made the lot on like a 20 by 15. So I had a lot more room to work with than they did. So I wanted to be able to expand on that yard and not just leave all this bare back area. And I had a lot of fun making this pool and the mosaic. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I can't talk this morning. I love the design I did here. I thought it looked really cool. And at night, like all the lights, it's just like really nice. And I really like these little lamps, and I've really not been able to use them much, so I was happy to do that. And of course, we need a grill. I did want to put a hot tub in, but I didn't quite have enough room. So I just made do with what I had. But honestly, like I really love this and like I put more lights down. It's just like it really illuminates and it's really, really pretty. And these actually look really cool when you're in gameplay. It's not as cool as I wanted it to be, but you do see like little bubbles in your bowl when actually playing. One thing I really loved about this build, and I think it might have been one of the things that attracted me to this build, like what caught my eye, was the rounded corners on the porch and the balcony. I think that they were just really, really pretty, and I absolutely loved it. And I made sure to put something on every single one of the balconies. That way, the Sims had a reason to be out on them. I ended up also putting a clothesline and a wash bin, not really because I think this family's very eco-friendly, though, I mean, I guess they are, because like, look at all the pretty flowers they decorate everywhere. It looks really nice, so maybe they're a little eco-friendly, but I also didn't have room to put a washer and dryer anywhere. I could have probably used the downstairs bathroom as a laundry room instead, and that's a suggestion for you if you decide that you wanna redo this interior design even too, or, you can always download the original creator from the gallery and, make your own design. If you do, I'm sure that they would love to see it. Um, I If you're watching, by the way, thank you, Exo Saturn Aaliyah. Again, sorry if I'm saying your username wrong. Thank you so much for letting me design the inside of this. It was really a lot of fun. It actually took me longer than I thought it would. I would say I probably took about 2, 3 hours to do this. Now, granted, I took little breaks to do it, but still, I really enjoyed making this interior design, and I really, really hope that everyone watching this does too. I did a little terrain painting, mostly just around the trees. Um, if you see, like, I ended up using a lot of shrubs. Like, I originally was gonna expand the little garden area that they had, and it didn't fit right. So I got rid of that idea, and I ended up lining up a bunch of garden boxes right here. You got like a bee hut, a flower arranging table. So there is a lot to actually do. You see here at the end, I accidentally forgot the one bedroom. So I switched the child's bedroom and put the toddler's bedroom upstairs, which I said is like probably not the best idea, but it was a smaller room and it fits better for the toddler anyways. Like I said, I would put like a baby gate down if I had a little bit more room, but I did not. So this was kind of a quick oversight. I can't believe I forgot that one room. I think I was so focused on all the other rooms, making them look really nice, that I just must have completely skipped over it. This house is built for like parents and then like a child sim, a toddler sim, and technically for a cat, but you can have a dog too. I think I used dog treats on the kitchen counter, but here's just a little tour. Thanks again to Exo Saturn Aaliyah for letting me do this interior design for my channel. Your build is very beautiful and it just caught my eye right in the gallery when I was looking through everything that night. And I'm so glad that you let me do this. I'm so happy that you shared this with us. I don't know if you noticed, but in the gallery, it actually will show the original creator now if someone like does a redesign of someone's place, which I think is great because so many people were stealing things from the gallery. All right. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Make sure you like this video before you go. Comment what you think about the build, what do you think could change for next time, or actually, I guess, the design. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Share this video with a friend. And I hope everyone has a magical day. Goodbye!